housing. We're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
I'd like to talk more about your idea of liberation of the heart.
It's okay.
Differentiating it from sexual liberation.
Well, feeling is my inferior function, so I have certain trouble to articulate that. But the feeling function is something which is completely neglected nowadays. Now, generally, we identify feeling with affect and emotion, but that is only inferior feelings. For instance, in the happenings of young people, musical happenings, they liberate their feelings, but it mostly comes out in strong emotions. And it comes out as a feeling of loving everybody or destroying everything in a kind of all over the place way, not individually pointed, while differentiated feeling is to love that unique person for its uniqueness, which presupposes that you are capable of seeing the uniqueness of the other, of getting rid of all schematic psychological judgments, of being able to, it is ultimately something irrational.
Listen, that's Mary Lou Van Franz, and she's cooking. I love all of this, but let me tell you something right now. As we move faster and further into the future, let me tell you something. Meaning is dying. That which is meaningful is dying. It's going the way of the dodo. When you live in a society that says love ain't enough, and you think you're being articulate and intelligent, not once did the people I heard say that say, you know what? Love might be incomprehensible. I mean, if the highest form of it is unconditional, if Plato and all of these Greek philosophers who get credit for framing these ideas about love, when they say, you know, love is this force that is kind of synonymous with God, right? Look at where we've fallen. Now, we know Plato begged to get into the mystery schools of ancient Egypt. We know this. The waiting list was 20 years. And they go home and become the father of information that was around before they were born. Right? But we live in a culture now that says love don't pay the bills. That's telling you that the culture's game rules of win at all cost. And what are you winning? Security, predictability, practicality. That's what's considered, right? Right? A good citizen, right? What radical prescriptions must happen. That first prescription was powerful. Maybe it went past you. You have to first pursue integrated rupture. What are you rupturing? Cycles, patterns. Everything about the human being is rooted in patterns. Something happened in the past that was hurtful. A pattern is created. There was a moment of neglect. A pattern was created. Do you see? So the first thing you have to do on your road to individuation, right, is pursue integrated rupture. The second thing you got to do, convert public achievement into private calibration. Measure life by inner coherence rather than external validation and metrics. It ruined Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson, my favorite artist. But he started competing with himself so much that he couldn't just allow himself to just be music. It was, damn, I reached the sun with Thriller. Can you imagine dropping Bad? Bad had 7 number 1 hits on it. Or 5, I think it was 5 or 7, I don't know. Number 1 songs. Sold 22 million records. And Michael saw it as a bust. He saw it as a failure because it didn't eclipse Thriller. Do you see? Go inside and measure life by inner coherence, not external metrics. Many of us measure life by external metrics. What we got, what we doing, where we going. Right? Even I'm not going to be a real woman to you unless you put a ring on it. Or a man saying, what do you bring to the table other than beauty? Everything is measured by metrics. No internal coherence. Right? The third thing you must do, treat interpersonal and intrapersonal relationships as a laboratory and not as a lifeboat. A dude thinks he can go out and conquer the world, get all the money he can. And I'm telling you, this isn't all men. It's some banal. But a lot of men think they can go conquer the world and get everything, accumulate everything. And then your wife now is your wet nurse, her own wet nurse. She bedside manner. She's a chef. She's a therapist. She's everything. She's your mama. She's finishing your mama's work that mama didn't do for you. Do you see? And they think because I purchased the world, I've conquered the world, I purchased you to fulfill that role. No inner coherence. Again, treat relationship as a laboratory, not as a lifeboat. Let intimacy produce mirror data, then metabolize it internally rather than outsource transformation to another. And I'm not saying women don't do it. We do this to each. Come on, man. Right? It's very heavy stuff tonight. Which would you choose? Andy, which would you choose? You've been listening for an hour now. Which would you choose? Would you choose individuation of self-success, right? Through self-actualization, self-realization, the whole examples that we've made clear tonight? Or would you choose societal success? If you had to choose, Andy said, nah, I'm going with self-individuation. But unfortunately, Andy, for people of your generation, that's not attractive. It does not pay bills. Right? You're right. It's the cell phone. It's social media. It's constant stimulation. You're right. Ramana Maharishi's question, who am I? Must pair with Pema Chodron's willingness to remain in the mess of learning. The truly incendiary claim here, true individuation, often costs social currency. The brave may gain solitude, not status. They may lose invitation, right? Invitation, invites out to, go ahead. But they won't lose integrity. That loss acts as an initiation fee for a more sovereign relative self, right? If you want a best life that doubles as a social certificate, expect safety and sameness. If you want a best self, expect dissonance, exile, and the slow reclamation of particularity. The market will sell you an upgraded mask. Liberation will ask you to disappoint the market. Heavy stuff tonight, man. We got questions. We got callers. I want to get the callers in right now. Attila from Houston, Texas. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
The framing is A1.
The framing is A1. I love it.
It is. I mean, well, it's kind of like you and I talked about earlier, in regards to this whole best self, best life. Like, to me, to be your best self will bring you your best life. I mean, so I would choose that every day. But I think that's the thing. It's not a one-time choice. I think it's like an everyday thing. Like even Paul talks about it in the Word when he says, I die daily. Well, what are you dying to? Other than your old self, your old habits, your old beliefs. Right? There was another verse that came to me in preparing this topic, and it's Proverbs 14:12, right? And it says, there is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death. Even in your laughter, your heart may ache, and rejoicing may end in grief. The faithless will be fully repaid for their ways, and the good rewarded for theirs. So it kind of got me thinking about like self-individuation when you start talking about that and what that looks like to someone with a, as I say, monkey mind in Buddhism. Really, it's a matrix mind. And I feel like it would look like insanity. It would look like you're losing your mind when you're really finding yourself, because you're choosing to forego your conditioning. Your conditioning is the what seems right. That is the thing that seems right. That's the thing that people tell you, like, you should do this because, like, they know your life or they know your journey. And I think you substitute or you give up what seems right for what your soul says is right. But you have to find you first. So, yeah, that's it.
I love it. I love it, girl. You's a youngster, too. You young. How you get all this wisdom, child?
I'm a little young. Watching, observe. When I listen to Krishnamurti and he talks about observing, like, I'm like, child, that was me for the first part of my life, because I was very quiet. Like, this whole thing is very alien to me, but I think in regards to speaking truth and really learning to understand yourself and helping other people, that for me didn't really come until I was grown. Like, I had to become a teacher. I had to fail a little bit, help some people do their stuff for me to even be able to, like, remotely tell my story. So I don't know anything. But anyway,
I love
y'all
it.
have a good night.
I love it, niece. Guess what you just did?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. Already know what it is. You know what it is. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I'm here to destroy. I'm here to disrupt. If you think this is one of those weak sauce, milquetoast, punk shows that's going to keep your unhealed scaffolding in place, no. I'm here to slap your spirit You remember those old school movies when people used to get slapped? Hey, snap out of it. I'm here to do that to your spirit. We're not here to play with you. It's enough people on the internet right now trying to play with you. You understand? I know this will get them riled up if I start to. Content creators. The reality of it is, when you describe your best life, do you speak from your own direct experience or from a script handed to you by cultural or familial conditioning? Right? And if you're speaking from any type of script, you're not speaking from your soul. You're speaking from what was told. Do you understand? You don't even know how to use your soul. What in the world? You got a soul and don't know how to use it. Well, my daddy said, and then my mama said, and then, Your psychological insight here. Schema theory. Social learning and internalized narratives, right? Your philosophical insight, existential authenticity and critique of inauthentic social roles, spiritual insight, self-inquiry, and witness awareness. Krishnamurti, choiceless awareness, metaphysical insight, reality tunnels, Robert Anton Wilson, construction and map versus territory, symbolic meditation. Many of you are following a map and don't know the difference between the map and the topography. Your feet are on the ground, but the ground feels foreign to you because the map is on your phone. Just lost. You think you know what relationship is. Oh, man. It's not what TikTok told you. It's not what the housewives of El Segundo told you. It's not what Love and Hip Hop told you. That's not relationship, people. Relationship is an opportunity to deconstruct oneself. The trauma maps, the neglect maps, right? That's what relationship is for. When I come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. We got people who want to talk.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, turn the mic up. Come on. Is the mic on or not? I want the mic. We bringing up nobody but the number one rapper in the world. He done traveled all over the world. He came back just to give you some games. All over the morning. Come on in.
1, 2, 1, 2. What's happening, fool?
Come on out.
I done been through a whole lot. Tried tribulation, but I know God. The devil wanna put me in a bow tie. Played at the holy water, don't go try. Yeah. As I look around me, so many motherfuckers wanna down me. But enemy gon' never drown me. In front of a dirty double mirror, they found me. And I love myself. I want you looking at me. Tell me, what do you see? I love myself. I put a bullet in the back of the head of the police. I love myself. Illuminated by the hand of God, boy, don't seem shy. I love myself. One day at a time. They wanna say it's a war outside. Bomb in the street, gun in the hood, mob of police. Black on the corner with a line full of fiend and a bottle full of lean, and a mother wanna scream. These days of frustration keep come to the front. Yeah, I duck these cold faces, post up feet, fight for basis. Dreams are reality's peace. Blow steam in the face of the beast. Sky can fall down, we can cry now. Look at me, motherfucker, I smile. I love myself. And when you're looking at me, tell me, what do you see? I love myself. I put a bullet in the back of the head of the police. I love myself. Illuminated.
I felt that Jung should tell me what I should do, whether I should write a book, whether I should get a divorce, what I should do. And he wouldn't. And so I got mad at him. And I said, why is everybody so mean to me? And he said, why are you so mean to everybody? So I stormed out. And you got what I said there. I said to him, why is everybody so mean to me? And he said, why are you so mean to everybody? That was the trigger point. I was gone for a year. And I wrote him, I don't know. Every now and then I'd sit down at the typewriter and write him what a son of a bitch I thought he was. And how when I first got to Europe, everyone thought he was a charlatan. I thought he was too. And I didn't, he was the most conceited, vain man. And I really had a great time. And
you sent all these letters?
Sent the letters, of course I did. And I thought, I hope he drops dead of a stroke. And I felt very good. I just felt fine. When I can get mad, I can lose 5 pounds just by getting mad. It's just the adrenaline goes, and I just think, it's the opposite of poor little me.
Mary Bancroft? Mary Bancroft. She was a patient of Carl Jung. And this video, or that clip, was of her being triggered by Carl Jung. He triggered her shadow. I hope he commits suicide. Wow. Yeah, man. Your best self might not seem as valuable as your best life. Right? A best life right, really can't be enjoyed or lived to the max unless you develop your best self, right? Having everything this world has to offer is not a good substitute for having your whole self, right? For having a healed self. It's not a good substitute. And there are many people out there who have substituted, their best self for their best life, right? Constant stimulation, constant intensity. Where are we going next? What are we doing now? All of that's not true success. True success is when one conquers oneself. More importantly, as Joseph Campbell would say, they're inner dragons, right? Carl Jung called it the shadow, right? When that is conquered, that's when you are successful. But in a greed-focused society, it's not success unless you can satiate or attempt to satiate that greed. On the other side, right, we're going to talk to one of our favorites from Mountain View, Hawaii. He's going to be intense. I already know. I could feel he's got the ranges hot. On the other side, we're going to talk to whom you may know, have come to know, as Pastor John. Well, his name is John Gilbreth II. And he's about to cook with the rarest grease. When we come forward, we're going to hear from the brother on the Big Island.
I went to war last night with a automatic weapon. Don't nobody call a medic. I'ma do it till I get it right. I went to war last night. I've been dealing with depression ever since an adolescent. I can never hear the blessing. I can never see the message. I can never take the lead. I can never bubble weed from a negative and letting them annihilate me. And it's 7 and I'm moving at a million speed. Finna run into a building, let my body. Hey, hold on. Not while I'm up here. Not on my time. Kill music. Not on my time.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Illinois Governor J.P. Pritzker says President Trump has no legal authority to send National Guard troops to Chicago.
It's not surprising to me that he suggests violating the law. He's done it many times and been convicted of it 34 times.
Black Mayor Brandon Johnson adds that shootings and crimes are down since President Trump took office. Olympic sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson is taking accountability after her July arrest in an alleged domestic violence incident involving her boyfriend Christian Coleman. In an Instagram post, she apologized to Coleman, vowed personal growth, and said she's focused on facing challenges head-on for herself, her family, and her fans. And Danielle Spencer, who played Dee on the 1970s sitcom What's Happening, has died at 60 after a battle with cancer. Her co-star Haywood Nelson announced she passed Monday at a hospital in Virginia. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Escape to poolside paradise at MGM Resorts in Las Vegas. Sip on a refreshing cocktail. Lounge in a luxury cabana. Earn on non-stop fun with MGM Rewards. Book a sizzling summer escape today. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jackson Jr., inviting you to join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley here on KBLA Talk 1580. As a law school graduate and a theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Hey, bills happen. So when you need extra cash fast, go to billshappen.com. Have you been turned down? Are your credit cards maxed out? Do you have bad credit? Go to billshappen.com. All you need is a job and a checking account. You can find a lender and get up to $5,000 cash as early as tomorrow at billshappen.com. Billshappen.com is the smart way to get a personal lender now. So if you need extra money for car repairs, medical bills, family emergencies, whatever you need cash for, go to billshappen.com and you can get the money you need as soon as the next day, up to $5,000. At billshappen.com, our process is safe, secure, and all online. No one to deal with in person, and Bills Happen does not charge you any fees to use our service. It's easy. When you need a lender, just remember, when bills happen, go to billshappen.com. billshappen.com for the cash you need now. billshappen.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Feel good, don't it? This is for the warm days that drift away while the sun sets and the ghettos play. Long nights on a hot summer's block where you sip your brew and never touch your Glock. This is for eyes that cry like yours and learn to smile again. Rise above the pain. This is for you and your crew, the ones that's true will always love you, no matter what you do. It's the light, the light, the light, the light, the light. It's the light, the light, the light, light. It's the light, the light, the light. Your light, your light. It's the light, your light, my light, light. This is for soldiers who bust their guns in the name of freedom, not the game of funds. True queens who raise their kids, implement the knowledge, show them how to live. This is for those who stand in line to feed their baby.
Now the next problem is this of the persona personae. Persona is the Latin word for the mask worn by an actor. Each society has its wardrobe of personae for you. If we were here in Taos, let's say 250 years ago or something like that, we would be an American Indian community, and there'd be a totally different set of personae, tasks to do. These are the Völkergedanken. These are the folk ideas. This is the system of transformations that we have to live with. And it's through the personae of the society that one comes into relationship to other human beings and also into the world of nature, which means into the world of one's own character. These will differ from one society to another. Now, in a traditional society, and supreme example is traditional India, the individual is meant to identify with the persona. He is to live in terms of what is called the dharma, the duty system that is put upon him. And he is a Brahmin. He is a warrior. He is a merchant. He isn't playing the role. He is it. In our modern Western society, which has much more respect for the individual values and individuality, the person who identifies himself with his role, we call a stuffed shirt. You have to put the role off and put it on again. It's not part of you. The executive comes home in the evening and is met by the executive's wife. The executive plays ball with the executive's son for a little while. And then later in the night, the wife will have the privilege of going to bed with an executive. And this is the thorough stuffed shirt. Not only are you in our society supposed simply to put the role on and put it off, but also you're supposed to develop your critical faculties. This is the function of ego, of which the Orient and traditional societies know nothing. The whole character of Oriental thinking is elimination of ego, which in Sanskrit is called ahankara, making the noise I. By eliminating ego, annihilating the critical faculty, you identify with the role that the society has put upon you. In other words, what we think of as the creative faculty is completely gone. Now, this is one of the problems when a Western person goes to an Oriental guru to become illuminated. The Oriental person has a relatively fragile ego. But we have been asked, ever since childhood, you know, Johnny, would you like chocolate or vanilla ice cream? I want strawberry. So we go out and get strawberry.
Hey, man, I love Joseph Campbell. He, too, sat at the feet of Krishnamurti. Joseph Campbell, man, be cooking with the rarest grease. But are you listening? What you do and what you've accomplished is like a type of uniform that you have to take off sometimes. Right? To become you. To be you. To embrace you. That's what relationships are about. It's an opportunity to face you. Yourself. I don't want to wax on. I'm going to bring in one of my friends, one of our favorite callers. You know him. You should know his voice by now. John from Mountain View, Hawaii. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Greetings and blessings to the chat, those within the sound of my voice, and also to our fellow members of this very congregation that we call this radio station.
Yes.
To the condolences and blessings to those who have need of it. Let my Savior do his work in your behalf. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Now to this subject. Best life or best self? Best life. The individuation portion that brings you to the Savior that you've been craving and needing, yet running from because the doorway is you and you need to get out your own. Pause. Best life. I'm reminded of two scriptures. One of them says the love of money is the root of all evil, but it also says in the very same Bible, money is good. So how are you using your money is the question. But let's talk about everybody else in the midst of this. If you're not still looking for comfort, I'll say that again.
I'm listening.
If your subjugation is towards being comfortable in this life, I bring about a third choice. How about living comfortably in your uncomfort? Because for you to take the individual walk, it's going to be uncomfortable. For you to go after this money, it too is going to be uncomfortable.
Right.
If you're planning on doing anything in this life, there's going to be discomfort, and you got to get used to that.
So give us some tips. How do we get comfortable with uncomfort, with discomfort? How do we put one foot in front of the other effectively and continue to grow and learn and feel these pains? How do we do it?
Starting with the money. It's uncomfortable to not spend what you want to spend on something you don't need. You just want it because, again, if it's a Louis, Gucci, or anything of that nature, once again, we've already proven all of that's fake. And it feels very uncomfortable to have something in a savings account, but it looks a lot better having it in the savings account. Better to have it and need it and not have it.
That's the social
Get
piece.
uncomfortable with yourself.
That's the social piece. Now give us the psychological piece. How do we take
The
those
psychological
steps?
piece.
Yeah.
For those of you who happen to be parents or somebody that cares for you outside of you,
Yes, here we go.
the ones that delegate the authority but have problems when they have the say-so of telling you you're wrong. And you got to swallow your pride or say something else stupid. Here's your discomfort. Again, I'm looking for the Bruce Lee side of this because I know he made those same prayers. Make me strong enough to deal with the situations that are out of control.
I love that. Hey, man, listen. Guess what you just did, brother? You come on now. Guess what you just did to the folks listening, brother?
Well, hopefully, for Sugar Chris, the passing of other individuals, even Sha'Carri Richardson, which I hope somebody slaps you the same way you did that man, so you can finally get the lesson you need to learn.
Oh, Lord. No, let's not hope for that. Let's just hope she got the lesson.
No, we're hoping for the pains and sufferings that everyone must go through and finally say, you know what, you're right. Humble yourself.
I hear you. I hear you.
Because, again, these lessons, these tough times that we're going through, and God may be the one orchestrating them.
Ooh.
You ready?
Hey.
Let's go.
You brought Mountain View, Hawaii.
Mountain View was in the house. Blessings.
Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, you already know Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, getting ready to land this plane.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The night train.
Tape on, then I'll watch you 3 seconds later. I got you shaking your head, dancing instead of sitting. The rhymes kick, the beat's hitting you just like a home run, slamming like a slam dunk. Ride the wave, James Brown, J-Funk, it happened to James like it happened to me. How you think it feel to see another MC get paid? Using my rap style, and I'm playing the background. Meanwhile, I ain't with that return of the Jedi. Sucker MCs in the place that said I could only rock rhyme and only rock crowds, but never rock records. How you like me now?
Since faith or conviction is one of the key qualities to stay and move forward on the path, and on the other hand, doubt is what paralyzes us and keeps us away from the path, what would be the best way to address doubt through our Lojong practice or through any other practice?
Well, I think it's important to recognize that Buddhism has always allowed us to have doubts and to question, right? Maybe that makes it different from many other religious traditions, but you are allowed to gain genuine faith. Your genuine faith must be based on a firm conviction, right? That this is true. So therefore, you start by hearing, that means like studying, reading, and so forth. Then the next stage is to question it, to investigate, to, do I understand that? Do I believe that? Is that right? And really go into the teaching until we do gain an inner conviction, at which case we can put it into practice, right? We meditate. My Lama said, first you hear it, then you think about it, then you become it, right? So.
Listen, I'm not, it's okay to have money and wealth and everything this society says you're supposed to have or you can have. I'm not trying to villainize it. What I'm saying is we are imbalanced. Okay? It's just so much one way. Like we've conditioned one way. Yes, I love Tenzin. She is amazing. Tenzin is the voice you heard on the clip, the woman that you heard. Her name is Tenzin. I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying money isn't good or this and that. Just like John said, the Bible says, the love of money is the root of all evil. And then the Bible also says money is good. But what I'm saying is you cannot just go for the success standard, the Western success standard only. There must be an intrapersonal success as well, right? Let's just say the unsayable. The modern best life is not freedom. It's merely a designer-branded holding cell, scented with artesian candles and incense and sound tracked by curated playlists. We have traded the mess of becoming for the optics of having arrived. Becoming is a mess. Becoming you is a mess that only you can organize. We mistake the tidy grid of habit trackers, right, for the wild geometry of a soul in motion. This is not harmless. The pursuit of and this is only, like, if you're only pursuing this, right, of a socially recognized best life creates a counterfeit individuation, a stylized performance of uniqueness that demands no true rupture with the conditioning that raised you. Right? We accessorize our compliance with aesthetic upgrades. We optimize our calendars, but not our consciousness. And here's the scandal. This whole performance is trauma compatible. In fact, it thrives on unresolved wounds. The nervous system learns early that predictability feels like safety. Consumer culture sells predictability dressed as clarity and consistency. Clinical literature calls this trauma bonding. Patrick Carnes. When it's with a person. With culture, we call it success. Same dopamine loop, different dealer. Psychology teaches us that attachment styles sculpt our realities. Right? Avoidance disguise their detachment as independence. Anxiously attached individuals rebrand their hypervigilance as passion. Both find cultural scripts that affirm their maladaptive adaptations. The best life becomes a stage where our wounds win awards for the best supporting role, and no one demands a rewrite. Philosophy offers no easy rescue either. Soren Kierkegaard's leap of faith requires actual risk, not just changing career paths within the same value system. Nietzsche warned of the last man, satisfied with comfort and incapable of greatness. Wow. The best life is a last man utopia where no one offends the gods or themselves. Metaphysically, this isn't just a psychological trap, it's an energetic feedback loop. If Thomas Campbell's participatory universe is correct, our patterns are not passive. They are vibrational invitations. What we call destiny is often just the momentum of frequencies we refuse to disintegrate. That safe partner who feels aligned, they may be nothing more than an echo chamber for your unintegrated patterns. The antidote? Integrated rupture, not collapse. Not chaos for its own sake, but deliberate, conscious breaks with the self we've outgrown. The work is here, and the work is dangerous because it's honest. To become truly sovereign, you must disappoint the versions of yourself that other people still love. You must risk being incomprehensible to the ones who validate your current persona. It's deep stuff. Listen, you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to believe a word I have to say. I'm just here to start the conversation that is designed for you to finish it. I'm the VOR. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. You already know.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump is threatening to send the National Guard to Chicago, calling the city a disaster and slamming Black Mayor Brandon Johnson as incompetent.
If we need to, we're going to do the same thing in Chicago, which is a disaster. We have a mayor there who's totally incompetent.
He mocked Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker's presidential ambition